Hey everybody, welcome back to Record-ology. Okay, today we are going to be reviewing some very cool records. These are not regular records. They're not regular in appearance, and they're definitely not regular in terms of what's on them, so you're not going to want to miss that. In order to review those records, we need a record player. And for the poll of the week, I asked you guys, what record player do you want us to use? And you voted for the Victrola 1950s record player. So we'll be using this. If you want to vote every week, I would encourage you to do so. I put a poll out there, usually on Friday, that you can vote some aspect of the show for the weekend. So definitely participate, hit subscribe if you haven't done so already, and you will get that notification and you can vote to decide some aspect of the show, and I want you guys to participate. Absolutely. So yeah, we'll be using this beautiful bad boy right here. Also, don't forget to stay tuned for our show this Wednesday, Record-ology Express. I got a really cool product to review, something that you'll probably want to have in your collection. So stay tuned for that coming up this Wednesday. That's our small Record-ology Express show. But for right now, let's get right into reviewing these beautiful, rare, and very interesting records that I happened upon. This was true record archaeology, and that is the basis for what this whole channel is about. Stay tuned, you're not going to want to miss this.
Welcome to Record-ology.
Okay guys, so here are the records. Now, interesting story, I picked these up at an antique store up in Loveland, Colorado, and I was not expecting to find what I found. At first, they just look like regular records. They're in Ziploc bags, so I'm guessing they're put together by somebody who doesn't know a lot about records, which is okay. Sometimes that's a really fun way to find some very interesting records. But quickly I realized these weren't average because I saw this logo on them, MGM, and I'm like, what is this? Flipper's New Adventure, and then I quickly saw a radio spot announcement. These are radio transcription discs, and look what I paid for them. I paid like $1.50 per record, and they're really cool. They're, some very, this one's got a very cool pattern on it. On the other side, MGM. This is a radio spot for Joy House, whatever that is. Anyway, a lot of cool stuff in this pile, including interviews with Julie Andrews, ads for Flipper, Zebra in the Kitchen, whatever that is. And I did some research and I wasn't able to find a whole lot about them. So if you guys know more, and I'm sure you do, about these, let me know in the comments. But let's open them up and give them a listen. Okay, so I got them out of their packages, and they're all very unique. Again, this one is MGM Flipper's New Adventure. It's a pretty thick record. You can see the track separation up there is pretty wide. These are 33 RPM. Look at this, it's one-sided. A lot of these are one-sided, no label on the back. So one-sided records always pique my interest. I think that's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and play this bad boy and see what we got here. They're pretty dirty too. I do need to clean them, but haven't got that far yet. Just super cool.
Yes, it's Flipper in a brand new, fun new, exciting new, all-thrill movie, Flipper's New Adventure. They call him Flipper, faster than light. That's Flipper, and if you met him in his first picture, then you know he's pretty extraordinary. And in Flipper's New Adventure, he really outdoes himself as he rescues his friend Sandy from danger in the Caribbean Sea. He plays host to a family of castaways on a tropical island. He battles a gang of desperate criminals in a tremendous underwater showdown. Yes, you'll find a whole new world of fun and excitement, laughter and danger in Flipper's New Adventure. Filmed in Metrocolor off the Florida coast and in the beautiful Paradise Islands of the Bahamas. Flipper's New Adventure from Ivan Tours and MGM.
So that's so cool, you guys. Remember Flipper? I remember Flipper. That's good stuff. And man, it's bright, it's clear, it's loud. It's definitely a radio spot. It has that definitely that feel to it. It's intense. It's promotional. So yeah, there's multiple cuts and different lengths here. It's something that I noticed with a lot of these is that they give you different versions. So here's another one. MGM, oops, sorry. I'll try to get the focus here. Joy House, radio spot announcements. I'm not going to play every single one of these because it would be a long show. But and 33 RP, 33 and a half. These are vinyl. I can tell they're vinyl, which is interesting. I love this one, maybe my favorite, just because look at the flip side. Look at that pattern, you guys. Isn't that the coolest looking thing you've ever seen? And it's obviously a one-sided record, not meant to be played, but to take the time, I want to get a close shot of it. To take the time to, you know, have the stamper with this pattern on the back. And I don't know if it serves as a grip or what. Tell me about this, you guys. Have you ever seen anything like this? You know, teach me what you know about this cool pattern. I just think that's phenomenal. I saw that and I was like, wow, that is so cool. It's got a great feel to it. It's very textured. Here I am touching the record, which means I'm touching on this side. But I love that one just for that reason alone. Now, another thing I noticed with some of these is that they were clear and colored. Now look at this, this beautiful purple. And we're gonna listen to this, it's got Julie Andrews, so you can't miss that. And it's dusty, I know. But check that out, that translucent purple. It looks a little more red on camera than it is, but it's pretty much like a purple. And this one I believe is two-sided, yeah. So we got an interview with James Garner on one side and Julie Andrews on the other. But why would they use, I mean, these were throwaway records, right? These were never intended to last. They were never intended to be around in, you know, 2018. So why would they press them with patterns? Why would they press them with you know, colored vinyl and whatnot? I'm guessing that the pressing plant would just use whatever they had laying around, and they had some purple vinyl, so they used it up. Now, let's listen to this a little bit. This is a pretty long record, so we're not going to listen to very much, but
Mary Poppins,
just want to give you a little sample.
Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, her first non-singing dramatic role
this is
in the
not
Martin Ransohoff production, The Americanization of Emily. We'll talk to Julie Andrews about her new film career, but first,
I'm going to skip it forward a little bit so we can hear Julie Andrews.
When I heard the aeroplanes approaching and I could tell the German planes from the English one, then I blew my whistle and my mother came running from the house and down into the shelter, and of course I saved her hours of time. But the only trouble was that all the neighbours got to rely on the whistle too, and inevitably one day I forgot to blow it, and after the bomb had dropped, there was an almighty crash very nearby. I had a lot of irate neighbours at the front door saying, why didn't she blow her whistle? We were all caught unawares, this kind of thing. So in any weather, I'm afraid from then on, I was stuck with my whistle and my binoculars outside.
And like most Britishers, you found humor in that.
Britishers. Now, these records are pretty rare. I mean, this is not something that, you know, I can guarantee you by any means that you're going to find at your local store, but you might find something even more interesting. But this is the essence of what record collecting is all about, because I have no idea what's out there. You know, these are never intended to last. Here's one that's like translucent brown. These were never, you know, intended to last, and they were never intended, you know, for us to own. There's nothing, you know, wrong or illegal about that. But so these are rare. Somebody stashed them aside, hopefully legally, and because of that, we now have them to enjoy, and they're just super neat to see how the record was used for radio broadcast, and that's really neat. Let's listen to this one a little bit.
You know, the students wanted to come down to the...
A couple of these are interviews more so than radio spots, but we're going to get to some more radio spots here in a second.
And for a whole year, really, I worked props and painted scenery, was an usher. All the time I was watching what was going on and feeling very secretly that I wanted to do it. And one day I read for a part. It was Clearing in the Woods. And
do you guys hear the sound quality? I mean, the sound quality on this little Victrola continues to impress me. I mean, it's bright, it's sharp, and it's got a very good presence. I mean, you know, we've reviewed this record player. Go back and check it out. If you're looking for a record player versus a turntable, what's the difference? Record player are inclusive. It's not all about, you know, high fidelity sound. It's about convenience. It's about style, but also, you know, good quality. This is a great one, you guys. It's a newer unit. It's beautiful. The sound quality is amazing. All right, the last record, we've got Andy Devine on here, and let's take a look at the label together. Zebra in the Kitchen. Radio spot announcements. So this would be Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer's, you know, efforts to promote their products, their shows on these vinyl records. Now, what's really interesting, I haven't mentioned this yet, but these are all 10-inch records. So they're the same size as a 78, but they're pressed in vinyl, and they are 33 RPM. Now 33 RPM was a pretty popular speed for records, for radio use and transcription use, going back to even like the 30s. So a slower speed, they could get, you know, more information on there. And for the purposes of radio broadcast versus, you know, in-home use, it was totally fine. Let's give it a listen here. I'm going to go for one of the inside tracks. We'll get a shorter one. Andy Devine.
Uh-oh, somebody's got a zoo on the loose, and here's Andy Devine to tell you all about it.
Did you ever have a zebra in your kitchen? Wow, somebody's turned all the zoo animals loose, and the town's upside down in a wild frolic of hilarity and excitement.
See Jay North, Martin Milner, and Andy Devine in the year's zaniest movie from MGM.
It's Ivan Torres, Zebra in the Kitchen in Metro color.
Easy as that, you guys. Isn't that cool? I love it. So yeah, different lengths. These commercials were in different lengths, so the radio stations could pick and say, oh, I want to do, you know, we're going to do a 30-second here, a 60-second there, whatever. So yeah, super cool. Another one-sided record. This one doesn't have any cool texture. Well, it does, but it's not, you know, it's just smooth pretty much. Still has a label on the back. Isn't that interesting? Even though it's a one-sided record, they still pressed a paper label on there for some reason. So anyway, super neat, pretty rare, and something that, you know, you never know. You could find, you never know what you're going to find, you guys. You never know what you're going to find. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Aren't those cool? I thought that was super, super neat. I hope you very much enjoyed that. This is something you guys can do. No matter how much money you have or don't have, you can get out there and do this, because you can find records like these for $1, $2 a piece. There's a lot of records out there, sometimes even for free, and that's why I say you don't even need money to do it. If you don't have a record players can be had for as little as $30, so it's something that you can save up for pretty easily. So this is something that you guys can get involved with today if you're interested in doing so, and it's a lot of fun. The search and the hunt for records is what it's all about, record archaeology. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that. As always, happy record hunting. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for watching Record-ology. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification so you don't miss a single thing.
I am the Edison phonograph. The more you become acquainted with me, the better you will like me. Ask the dealer.